Hello, hello. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, you guys. Welcome from Startup to Takeover. Watch Us Work podcast. Hello, Kim.
Hello, Latrice. How's it going today?
Pretty good. Busy. How about you? How's the day? What did you do today?
Well, it's been pretty good, pretty light because it's been raining all day, so nothing too much.
Yeah,
How about you? It's
we
been
got
raining.
rain.
Yes.
I think for the past couple days, it's
Oh,
been
yeah.
more like sprinkled than a little rain, and we got it till next Tuesday, off and on. So
Ooh, okay.
I
I
like the
think
rain though. So hey,
me too. I think it's so relaxing and peaceful, but I think I was going to end tomorrow.
okay.
Sure, it's going to end
Mhm.
tomorrow. Yeah, but while I have it, I love it because it's cooling off, and I hope it's going to change that temperature because it's been hot.
Well, that's the only thing I don't like. I actually love the heat.
You do?
Yes.
Ugh,
Yes, ma'am.
I, the hot flashes won't allow me to love the heat.
Oh, gotcha. I forgot.
Okay,
Yes.
but if I didn't have those, I probably would love the heat. The summertime because you get to wear little or nothing.
No, that ain't what we promoting, but that ain't what
What I'm saying,
I
like
just
short.
love the heat. I just love the heat. I really do. So,
Yeah, that's the
even though
vitamin D.
my favorite season is actually fall season. Um, but yeah, I really like the
You
heat.
know, in the summer, I call that the vitamin D time
Yes.
because you get that vitamin D naturally.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you do.
Excuse me. And you get that, and then it takes you into the fall.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
My season. Mm-hmm.
You
And
have,
I
I
guess
think.
because it's not cold, it's not hot, it's in
Hmm.
between. You start to get some coolness, depending on where you live.
Hmm.
It may turn cold sooner, really, really cold sooner than I would like.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, it's so funny, my military career, even after I got out of the military, everywhere just always ended up where it was cold. I'm like, what is it? Why I can't get the southern states or West Coast where it's warm? No, child, everything was overseas. And then when I went overseas, it was Korea freezing, Germany freezing.
Mm.
Um, stateside was New York, Virginia, and it's just
What?
why?
What
Yeah,
the your what is it? The aura around you or something needs to be cold in the cold.
girl, maybe because I'm so hot. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, then you're so hot. You don't know. Yeah, you need to be in the cold.
Oh,
Cool off.
I was just like, what am I gonna do with Korea? That was my first duty station, honey. I was like, wait a minute, what? I'm go what? Yeah. But yeah, and then even after I got out and still, worked for the government here and there, everywhere
Hmm.
I end up in Kentucky, back in here in Virginia, everywhere it was just cold. Just cold. So
Yeah, yeah,
but yeah, so you guys, we have been gone.
yeah.
So Kim, never mind. I'm thinking I want to probably drop this to once a week. I'm getting really,
Okay,
really busy.
that's fine. That's fine because that's what it looked like.
Yeah, I mean, when I say
Mm,
busy,
mhm,
like I literally just shut down at 4:55 to run
mhm.
downstairs to do this, and as soon as I get off, I've got to go take care of another business. So,
And
um,
that'll be fine because then we have something to talk about.
yeah, we would, huh? But I
Yeah,
was like,
so that's
oh, I don't know if the 2 days a week now are gonna work because things are really stepping up, and I'm taking classes with my church on Tuesday evening, and they're ranging anywhere starting from 5 p.m., 6 p.m., or 7.
mhm,
And I'm like, oh, how am I gonna finagle all of that on top of really diving deep into my a couple businesses that I have.
mhm. That's
Now
okay.
I'm looking into wanting to start a nonprofit or something
Mhm,
else that I do with ease, but I don't want to charge people for it. So I need
mhm.
to go to God on that and get my answer. Um,
That's why I said it's fine one day.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, one day because we'll have something to bring,
Well,
some
we always have some in the brain, honey.
right,
But I
right.
know what you
We'll never give out, I feel.
mean.
Mhm.
No, I know
Yeah.
what you're saying. But yeah.
Mhm.
And so today, you guys, is episode 45. Wow, Kim. So we have
Wow,
had
yay, give us a clap.
when I
Yay.
just said that, I was just like,
Time.
wait a minute, 45 episodes. Wow.
Yes,
But it
yes.
is because you did have us doing that what was it, 30/30?
30
Ooh,
days.
child.
Yep,
I
yep,
think it was
yep.
30/30 we did.
It was
30
30
minutes
days for 30
for
minutes.
30 days
For
straight.
30 minutes. Yep, 30 days for 30
Uh-oh.
minutes.
I don't hear you, Kim. This better
Wait a
not be
minute.
my internet. Let's
Yeah,
see.
because I can
And
hear
it's my internet.
me. Yeah,
Why would it mess up down here?
yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
Can you hear me?
Re-
I can hear you just fine. Not now, but I can hear. Just a moment. Let's see what's going on. If I had some elevator music, I would play it. Yeah, but I do not. So we're gonna see what's happening with Latrice. So give us a second. Looks like we're still having technical difficulties. Yeah, like, are you okay? Okay, she made it back.
Sorry, you guys. Kim, I'm
It's
girl.
okay.
No, it's so weird because so I'm actually right next to my router. It
Oh,
didn't even,
wow.
so I'm like, why would that happen? Yeah,
Mm,
that really blew me. So then I was just gonna try to use my Ethernet just to not even worry about the Wi-Fi.
uh-huh.
And that was taking forever. I was like, no, let me just go back and let the Wi-Fi reset. So I hope it don't cut back out again. I don't
Yeah.
know why that would even happen if I'm literally right here.
Mhm.
Where are you guys?
But it's okay. We're gonna let that go and keep pushing.
Yeah, I think what we were
We're
saying was
still
that
here.
we're on episode 45. And I was saying
Yeah.
that I think we got here so quick because of the 30-30.
Yeah.
So, which was
Yeah.
the 30 days straight for 30 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that got us here, but that's okay.
I love it. I
We
love it.
enjoyed it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It
today,
was
you guys, we wanted to talk about, spouses and following their lead or not. Is there something when I say following their lead, I speak of many times the man leading in the home. Well, we speak of that, and Kim and I wanted to discuss our opinion on how do we handle situations where one of the spouses does not want to what I guess attend church services in person or attend church services at all.
mhm.
I guess that was kind of what the conversation was on, was about. But I think that wouldn't even be an issue, you guys, if you follow opposite of what we've already done, which is why we're trying to tell you to get your life straight. If you align yourself, I think, with the proper head, I don't think that would be an issue, right? In the household on whether or not you should continue your personal um relationship with God, meaning actively participating in church, um, or something like that when the spouse isn't interested, right? And even if you did get with your significant other in the beginning, sometimes people do change, right? Um, I guess it's more so what would that look like? How would or how should that be handled? Should you continue if it's your husband who is supposed to be the head of your household that does not want to hmm, attend services? What do you do? Do you continue or do you pause with that spouse and wait for them to get themselves together?
Hmm.
Now that I just said it out loud, it sounds crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've made those mistakes in the past. I have not stopped talking, praying to God because that's something I've always done. But I have been in the situation where I'm attending church service with my spouse. Um, although I will be honest and say I didn't vet my spouse the way that I'm saying I believe it should be done now, so that you can avoid the pitfalls and the mistakes. Um, I didn't do it, therefore I ran into it. Right,
Mhm.
where we started out going to church, and it could have been because I was going, so they wanted to, have me think they
Mhm.
going to church. And then you get married, and then it's like, I don't want to go to church. And
Mm.
you're like, okay, well, especially me, I always felt it should be me and my husband and children going to church, not me going to church and my husband sitting at home. So I found myself not attending church service because of my spouse. Not because it was something that happened to me, I just don't want to go to church. No, because the head of my household was not leading properly and I was
Mhm.
following my spouse, which is why we
Mm.
do have to be careful when we choose who's going to lead our homes. This is me
Right.
being vulnerable, saying it is what it is. And so that's something that Kim and I wanted to discuss today. Kim, what are your
Mm.
thoughts on that?
I'm with you. I feel like we have our own salvation to work on, to live our own salvation or receive our own salvation for the Lord. So I feel like, you know, even if you are in a relationship or married or whatever, if that spouse is not going, then you shouldn't let that spouse stop you from going and get your salvation if that's what you want to do.
Right.
That's how I feel about it. You
Mhm.
know, prior in the early days, I felt like the word said when I was ignorant to the
Mhm.
word said we are all supposed to be. You supposed to be going to church because you're the head of the household. You're supposed to be doing this and you're supposed to be doing that. And if the spouse didn't go, I didn't go because I'm ashamed because he's not going because I'm going by myself and he's not going. So it was a lot until I
Mhm.
started to read and to know that getting the word is written that when two or more are gathered together, and in his name, whatever you ask for is given, whatever you're talking to the Lord about is given. So in my research, and I was researching, in my reading, that it's not about meeting up, because I wanted to know, give me scriptures of what you mean by everyone, should gather together, to in my name. And people took it as gathering together in a church, but when read on, no, it breaks it down like you could be gathering together in
Yeah, it's
groups of
anywhere. That's
two
Matthew 18,
anywhere.
18 through 20.
Yeah,
That's just two or more gathered,
right.
period.
And I
Right.
didn't know that. So
Yeah,
now
see,
by
I did mine just by, you the head of the household, you're supposed to lead us, so lead, my brother. That
yeah,
was
but
my take,
yeah,
and I didn't want to do it because then I felt that now I'm leading. And
yeah,
so I think the immature response to that was, well, I'm not finna lead. I'm
yeah,
gonna sit
yep.
back, but here's what I was doing, and I know what I was doing because it was at my mind. It was in the forefront of
Mm-hmm,
my mind. I'm not finna
mm-hmm,
sit up here and look like I'm the head of my household. And I'm
mm-hmm,
not finna sit here and lead this man because there's too many women out here leading men, holding their
mm-hmm,
hands. But
mm-hmm.
in the process of doing that, now I still stayed praying. But the
And it
problem
says
was,
go to the elders of the church and pray for them. It says to do that. Don't they
no.
don't.
I'm saying I was still praying. Like
Mm-hmm,
I kept my prayer relationship, but I didn't stay I didn't continue in what I needed
mm-hmm.
because I grew up where
Ooh,
my
yeah.
mother took us to church. My father was a
Mhm,
studier. Oh, he was in the
mhm,
Bible, baby. He liked for us to
mhm,
do church at home, but my father would never go to church with us. So as a child, I never liked it.
mhm,
And so I carried that with me. And unfortunately, I took it to my home because I didn't like that my mother was doing something that I always felt it should have been done together.
mhm,
Um, and so I didn't want to continue what I disagreed seeing my mom do. So I purposely was like, well, yeah, I'm not going to separate my family because I'm still connected to God. That's not removing my relationship with God, but I
mhm.
didn't get to grow in it. I didn't get to do it the way that I wanted to because my spouse felt a certain way. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? And
yeah,
so
yeah.
in this journey where I am now, I got to a point where I actually just went up to my husband and I said, um, I'm not saying this to try to get you to move, but on Sunday I'm going to church.
Mhm,
And I'm not telling you this because I need you to get up and go with me. And at first, before I even had that conversation, it was hard for me because you have to remember, I felt this way as a child. I've disagreed with this way of living as a child because to me, it's division. This is my opinion. This is my um, trauma, I guess, from it. I feel it causes divisiveness in the home, and so I never wanted it. And God, don't get me wrong, the institution of marriage is highly important to God, right? And so
mhm.
I think I also use that part the wrong way in that, okay, well, I'm going to follow him because I should have done what I'm doing now. Just said, well, baby, if that's not what you want, I'm going to
Yep.
continue on here and I'm going to
Mhm,
do it with the children. What I didn't want was for it to look as if I'm the leader, I'm the
mhm,
ruler, I'm the one
mhm.
doing everything. And
Same thing,
it's
like
just
I
it
said.
causes it just causes divisiveness in my opinion. It still does even when I do it. It doesn't look right because it
It's
isn't right. So it causes divisiveness because it is division in the home.
mhm. Mhm.
But even though that is what it is, I'm no longer going to allow it to hinder my relationship
That's
that
right.
I have with God, and in hopes that eventually things will get back in order, um, is where I'm at now.
Well, we're saying almost the same thing, because you're
Mhm,
saying that now, and I'm saying that I did that in the past. Like,
mhm,
I felt like I'm going to church without my spouse, and they're wondering what's she doing. Everything she at the church. I'm the same thing you're saying. I, experienced that. So, but I had to, grow. I was immature in the word. When you grow in don't and you're not in, you're mature, more mature in the word, then you won't
mhm.
think like that, because then you'll just look at the things that you see in the word and you'll try to go with it. Like, I example, when Eve told Adam to eat the apple, and
She never
God
said eat
gonna
the apple. She said eat the
I
fruit.
mean
Why you
eat
always
the
say
fruit.
apple?
I don't know why I said that, but eat the fruit. When he told us eat the fruit, I'm just saying how God punished all them. And then in
Yeah.
that it is written that he says a woman, in our pain, we're gonna have pain in birth, and we also gonna desire to control our husband, but we're not gonna be able to. But he will rule over us.
Mhm.
So I was trying to rule him. I was
Thank God.
trying to rule
But
him.
I've never had that spirit. That's one I've
I
never had.
was, I was, I can
No, I
say it. I
wasn't.
was
Yeah.
making sad face. I mean, making him feel guilty, everything, trying to rule.
Oh,
No,
okay.
God
I
said
got you.
no. I wasn't
Hmm.
doing all that. Guilty.
Gotcha.
Me
Hmm.
and the children going to church, and you here, you da 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 da. So I'm making him. I'm trying to make him feel guilty for not going, and I'm getting the word. But I was so immature in the word, didn't know it. But now I know it. He could have
Hmm.
been meeting with another person, or a friend or something. They could have been talking about the Lord. I don't know. They're still gathering and talking, uplifting, empowering, because that's what you're supposed to be, encouraging your people when you meet together. So he could have been doing that. I don't know, but because me feeling like what the world told me, you got to get up and go to church, or you making me look bad.
Yeah, so I wasn't talking about that. See, when I'm talking about, I'm talking about division in your home, your children. See, forget the
Same
outside.
thing, same thing, same
Forget
thing,
the
same
outside, because
thing, same thing. Because
because your children are
same
sitting
thing.
there,
They
and
were watching.
yeah,
Same
they're
thing. A
watching.
lot of stuff
They're
I could say, I just
watching,
didn't
and
say on here. But yeah, they were watching.
they're
It was
watching
a
that.
lot. Yeah,
And I
the
wouldn't give
mother.
him a, but I wouldn't give him a pass if he's over there and he's getting the word with somebody else. Wait a minute, brother, you married.
Well, no, I'm
You
not saying like. I'm saying not like he's getting a word. Maybe he didn't want to go to church in where I was attending, and he may have been with a buddy or something, and they might have been talking about the word. What I'm saying.
But he's not God. It's still not, huh? But
Yeah,
it's
but
still
that's
not.
how it worked.
But
That's
that's,
how it worked.
no, no, no.
Mhm.
I'm saying, so even you're saying that. Well, it's not. Well, let me say this. It's Are you saying that you shouldn't have been bothering him because he could have been getting it
No,
another
no,
way?
I'm saying I shouldn't have been threatening and making accusations and
That's what I'm
saying
saying.
things
That's
to make
what I
him
asked.
feel guilty
Yeah.
to go with me to church. I should have
Oh,
could have been another way. Maybe I could have, was like, okay, so you don't want to go to church. Maybe we could stay here and do it together, or whatever,
okay.
whatever.
I got you.
You
So
know
you
what I'm
never
saying?
actually had a
Mhm.
conversation. You just
Right.
belittled. I attacked. I got you. I got you. Yeah. No, I
Because
had the conversations.
my faith
Yeah, I
was
got you.
so into what the world say do. That's what
Yeah.
it was in.
No. Yeah, I got you. I got
Yeah,
you.
that's how that
Yep,
is.
gotcha. So for you, yeah. So now what is your opinion on that now?
Like I said, no, I don't. I would never ever, if my spouse still wouldn't want to go to church or whatever, I wouldn't make him, because I don't know if he's gathering together or not. But I would say, I'm living. It comes with, now that I've grown, it comes with 100 questions now.
Well,
Let
for
we're
me,
we're
it wouldn't.
renewing our
I
mind.
don't know if it's about if they're getting it somewhere. I think it's because God tells you if you're already married, then they need to get it through you. You may be who make them change their mind. If you're living properly, biblically,
Yeah,
this is what it
yeah,
says.
and
Then
maybe I.
let me get through them through you. So that's not if they over there around the corner getting it another way. It's
Well, yeah,
supposed
and
to
I can't
be
even say it
if
with me,
we're
because I was following him, because just to say
yeah.
it was his church. It was his church home. I was going to his church. I made his church and everybody. So, you know, I was following the leader, but in certain ways, because the leader.
Yeah, I followed the leader straight to the house.
Yeah.
Wait a. You know, and your spirit don't feel right. And here's the thing. If we would have been watching church at home, I probably wouldn't have had an issue. But see, we wasn't even watching church services at home. So I can't, to me, it's not about going to the building and checking the block. I don't believe in that. We weren't doing anything spiritually led. That's what I'm talking about. Now, my children had already been taught how to pray, how to have a relationship with God. So that wasn't the problem. But the divisiveness in your home is very important. So for me, I had to just make a decision that, okay, God, I'm following your lead. And you told me, remember I told you, God told me, work on you. I got the rest. That's what I've been doing.
That's right.
And so, but you guys, I will say this, always go to God before I make a decision.
Always.
So I wouldn't say just go make the decision on your own, because again, I do believe too many women try to lead. I don't care what anybody say. Too many of us out here trying to just run and do stuff. Oh, well, this what I'm going to follow God. I'm going to follow God's lead.
Yeah, ask your father what to do.
And so when he told me that he was going to work on me, when I thought I was out here digging at my husband in my head mentally, child. I was having a spiritual warfare in my head. Do you hear me? About him. And God told me when I was in my laundry room, no, I'm going to work on you. Let me handle the rest. And, you know, I've been doing that since about March, April.
Yeah.
And so I can see the changes, right? But the biggest thing that stood out was, okay, well, sweetie, you're already married. You ain't like you being abused, but you're already married. So let me work on your husband, because the only way I may be able to get to him right now is through you. And so, but I have to be right. I have to be right.
That's right.
And that's a lot. And although there's some shakiness in it, which is, I just don't like the divisiveness. I don't like the children being in an environment where they see mom doing one thing, dad doing another. That's just me. I don't like it. But I'm moving in the direction that God wants me to move.
Right.
And I continue in that and believe that everything's going to work out for the greater good, regardless, however, any and everything goes. But yeah, that's my take on it. I don't think you should just go, well, I'm going to church without you. I don't believe in that. I don't think that's how you should talk to your spouse. I don't think that's the attitude you should have. I don't think you should carry yourself that way. That's a negative spirit, the way that you're even saying it, meaning if someone said it that way. I think you should always take it to God and let God decide to tell you what you should do. In those type of situations. I don't think it's an automatic, well, you better just keep going. Now, because some people go to church too much, and God may tell you need to get your butt at home. So take it to God to get that lead and what you need to do when something's uncomfortable in your spirit. And you're truly making your home, your spouse, your children a priority the right way. And sometimes it can be heavy.
If your spirit is led by the Holy Spirit, you will feel it. You will know it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You will know it. Your inner self will let you know whether you let it out or not. It will let you know that, hey, that's not right. That you're walking out the door without your spouse, significant other, or you know, it'll let you know in some type of way, some conviction. If it's for you, you will know. And I feel like you will know whether you're in the word or not.
Well, I don't know. Some people so girl. I don't know. You in the word. Some people don't even have no relationship with God. They ain't gonna know that girl.
That's what I was about to say. Some people just don't have a relationship with God. And in God, in the word, it's written that everybody won't believe the word of God, but those who do, they hear it.
So yeah, everybody ain't convicted how when they walk out that door. Some people just walk out that doubt.
Like, I'm tired of you. What? So what broad, not even broad, what question could we ask for, like those that we could, you know, give our opinion on that you should lead in a conversation with, or even just bring up in a conversation of a question on this subject that we talked about, for maybe people getting into relationship or people in relationships? What question could come out of this?
I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't.
How do you feel about me serving the Lord without you, or something to that nature? What would we? What
Well, I don't know,
question?
because I feel like that's going straight into a negative. I don't know. Would that be a question to
Would that be
even
negative? Would it be negative? Like, yeah,
saying,
it is.
so what if
Like,
you
how do you
decide that
feel
you want to
about?
take a, so I guess it's a question on asking them if they're taking a break. But here's the thing. I think when you're heavy and you're studying and you're going down a path, I don't know if you can really foresee yourself just be like, well, yeah, I can imagine for a year I don't want to go to church.
No,
That's
I'm
what I'm
just
saying.
saying, like, if you and I are sitting there talking, and I would
Mhm.
ask you a question, so Latrice, how you feel about following your, if you were in a fresh relationship or in a new relationship, my question probably would be to you: how do you feel about following the lead on your husband, or
You said fresh relationship or new
are
relationship.
you are
Ain't
you
no husband in that
following
now.
are you following your spouse,
So
or
wait a
are you
minute.
following
You're
your
confusing me. You
friend?
saying fresh or new? So what type of
Right,
relationship? That's what I'm saying. So remember, this was about posing questions when you're dating. So that's gonna be
right.
separate from the
So
spouse.
you can go there. You can leave out the husband. Go to
Yeah.
when you're
Then
dating.
I'm not
Like,
gonna date him. So here's the thing.
I'm saying, what
Because
question would, I'm not asking you what would you say to his answer. I'm asking you, is that a question that
I
we
don't even
could
think that's a question to ask.
incorporate into a conversation?
I'll get. So let me ponder over it real quick. Okay. So if
Like,
I'm dating, I'm
what
trying to
what
see.
we're sitting there talking, and I'm like, so would you want me to follow your lead on in our spiritual growth?
No,
If
we're dating. Well, hold on. So let me say this. Let me give my opinion. This is Latrice's opinion. I do not think anyone should be following anyone else's lead when they're dating. As talking about, like, so if I'm not going to follow your lead to church, if we're dating, I'm going to be working on myself, doing what I got to do. I'm going to be watching you, but we shouldn't be living together. So this is all about doing things the right way. So we shouldn't be living together. So I wouldn't be following your lead in us going to church. I'm not
Well,
following that.
I'm saying, like, we said we would have a question, 100 questions that you should be asking. So every time we get on here, I incorporate a question that we would, our opinion, that you should be talking about, or you have a conversation if you're in a relationship. I know someone and some people that
Mhm.
are in relationships now with friends or people they just met
Uh-huh.
recently, like fresh, and they
Mhm.
are following their lead, going to church, to their church. So that's why I'm asking you that. That's why I'm asking you, what question could we?
So they live in separate homes, they're
That's right.
dating, and they're
Yeah,
following someone else's lead
that's
to
right.
church.
Going to church, even though they were in church, but they wasn't physically going to a church, but going to a church now because they are, just met someone that's in church and they want to follow their lead, go to church.
Ah, okay. Gotcha.
Mhm.
I got you.
And going to
Okay.
their church.
So then if
Yeah,
they wanted to just have that question, be like, okay,
right.
well, I see that I don't ooh.
What question? I'm sitting at the table. We're talking. I'm fresh. I'm in a
I don't know.
relationship,
Do you have one? Because I don't. I don't have
and
one
I'm
for that.
like, I just said, like, do you think I should, no? Well, it's just a question, not saying that I would. I'm just saying I would want to hear him say. One of my questions would be, do you think I should follow your lead, or what's your lead? What do you feel about attending church services on Sundays, or do you feel you feel you should just attend them, or on Wednesdays, or what do you feel about attending? And then I will follow up with a question like, do you think I should follow your lead in going to church, if it's going to church or not going to church, somewhat in a question like that. That's what I'm talking about. Not for saying I'm going to do that, but I'm just saying.
So I think that so I guess if, let's say, the woman it just seems so strange to me, because if he decide he's not going to church, I guess I would know that without, I don't know, but you talking about, this is about the question part. Okay.
Well,
if
you're just meeting him,
it just seems so strange to me that I live in my home and I'm sitting here going off of what? If you go to church or not, or whether or not you want. No, I'm sorry. It's not about if he go to church. It's about whether or not I'm following his lead. My brain, I'm so sorry, it's not pulling this together, because I'm not following your lead. We're not living together. But we're not married. I'm not understanding this.
You're saying it for you. I'm just saying it for just everyone.
No, I'm talking about I'm talking about if I'm dating. If I am dating, which I dated before I got married. I'm not going to follow his lead. I'm not following his lead on if he want to go to church or not.
But that's you. Some people will sit and have a conversation with whoever they're trying to be with, and that person said, "Oh, well, I don't go to church, and I don't like going to church." That other person may say, "Well, I'm the same way." That's what I'm asking.
Wait. But then are they going to church online? Because remember, hold on, this is about people who are going after. I'm confused, because I thought this is about people who are going after the relationship with God. So he has to be, and she has to be attending church in some form or fashion. How are you being in a relationship?
You confusing yourself, because I'm just asking you to relate. Let's give a question that we could talk about over conversation. If you are in dating,
I just don't think if you're not married, you should be following that man's lead on because this is about following a male lead. Why would I follow his lead? We're not married. I don't.
Some people do, and I know people who are doing it.
Well,
so that's why I say.
Look, Patrice don't got no question for y'all, because that's crazy. Did I just take us out?
People have to grow.
Girl, we not living in girl. And I'm finna be up here talking about. Are we?
So I feel like that is a question. What I would.
I think that is not a question you should ask.
Even if you're sitting talking to someone, getting to know them, even if it's not at dinner, you may be on the phone talking. So you're asking 100 questions. So what a question that? Like, I'm going to ask you 100 questions. Do you like to go to church? Would you like me to follow you? You wouldn't like me to follow you. Would you want me to go to church? Would you get mad if I go to church? I'm going to ask 100 questions. That's what I'm asking you. What question could we get out of this conversation for someone to be, delivering? So, but I think I just gave them some questions out of this.
Yeah, I think you just gave some questions.
I did. Mm-hmm. You're not experiencing that. When you're not experiencing that, so you can't see it.
Hold on, Kim, I've been married. What are you talking about? I have experience. I have too. But you said I haven't. I have experience, but here's my experience.
I do around people and see people.
But hold on. But you said I had experience that. Here's my experience. I'm not following no man's decision about church if he's not my husband. That's my experience.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's the way you think. I'm saying it may be 5% of you that think that way. Then it may be 10%.
Yeah, because my daughter better not go out here following no man that ain't her husband either. Like on their relationship with Christ. On their relationship with Christ, girl.
You're teaching her. Because you are teaching her, she may not go out and say, "I'm going to ask him."
Well, baby, if you don't go to church on Sunday, I'm not gonna go either.
Or I may meet, because people have influence over people, so don't even play like they don't.
But then that's why the good thing with dating. Well, wait a minute, hold on. So now these people, if they're dating and they're working on their relationship with God, right? And so they're dating a guy, and the guy right now, we can talk about pose a question. I guess I'm trying to imagine the guy saying, "Well, I'm not gonna go this Sunday." She's like, "Okay," so she go, right? Because she's just thinking maybe he don't feel good. So then here comes next Sunday, and then next Sunday he's like, "No, I'm not going." Well, I think in the process of dating, I'm not gonna ask you that question. I'm just gonna sit back and watch that you're not going to church. I'm gonna make that decision. I don't know, but yeah, I guess it could be a question.
Yeah, it is a question. You could be on the phone talking to someone at night because you're getting to know that person, and you're like,
"You better think you crazy. You better think you crazy that you send up your on what day."
I'm ready to No, I'm getting ready to get it ready. I'm going to bed now because I have to get up to go into church tomorrow. How do you feel about church? Do you go to church? That's not crazy. That's not crazy. What are you?
You're talking about from the standpoint. Okay. do you go to
From the
church? But
standpoint of what?
wait a minute. I guess I'm thinking we've already passed this level of these conversations. Because remember, we're
What?
gonna have some conversations, right? Questions,
Yeah,
right? So we already
yeah,
passed the do you go to church? So I'm not following. So
yeah.
maybe that's
Because
why this is getting me, because remember
I'm
everything
getting those questions. That's why I asked you what question can be led from this
that's why I
conversation.
told you I didn't think there was one.
Yeah, but I do.
You trying to force one, but there ain't one. Because we
The
already know
question
people go to church
is
now.
that follow their lead. Do you follow their lead or not? So you already asked them. So do
But
you
I'm
follow
not
their
talking.
lead
I'm
or
sorry,
not?
you guys. I'm sorry. This do say faith in marriage. I'm sorry. I was not talking about somebody you dating.
Yeah,
I
that's what I
apologize.
say.
I'm
That's why
talking. This,
I hear
this
a
says,
lot of
hold
areas
on.
from
No, this
everyone.
says faith in marriage. This is about when
Yeah.
you're married. This
Uh-huh.
ain't we dating and I'm following you. I'm sorry. I think that's stupid. If you following a
Well, I
man
just
and
hit
you're
on it.
dating him, that is crazy. I mean, if you're following a man, you're just dating. Yes, I think that's crazy. This is about marriage. This thing said faith in marriage. This ain't about dating Timothy over here, and Timothy over here is not feeling a certain way, and so we over here like, okay, well, no, this is about in your marriage. Once you're at the level of being married, I don't know how this can go into our dating questions because this was totally different. This follow their lead or not, faith in marriage. Yeah,
Well, or you can be
help me out with dating. Yeah, help me out.
married. You can be in your marriage and having
Okay.
a date night to repair something that's going on. And the question could be, did you lose your faith in church or
Yes.
pastor or
Yeah.
something? It could be a question out of that. That's what I'm saying.
Now
I
I
get
like that. I like
yeah.
that because remember now that kind of dating. Here's the another thing, you guys with marriage. We can't just walk away like when we're dating. We can decide we
Yeah.
want to date you or not.
Actually,
Now, I like that in the marriage. I think that's
Yeah.
a perfect way when you're dating to have that open-ended conversation. Because
Yeah.
frustrations can
Yeah.
flare up because
Yeah.
he's not
Did you
going
lose
right
faith?
or
Yeah.
she's not going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I agree with that when you're married.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's a
That's
perfect.
a question for the marriage.
Hold
Did you lose faith?
on. Say it again.
Yeah.
Let me go so I could write that down for my husband tonight. What you say? No, I'm just
Did you lose faith? And did you lose
I'm
faith?
joking, girl. I ain't finna answer
Oh,
my
okay.
husband, no.
Yeah.
But it is a
That's
that
a
was a
question out
good
of it.
way.
Yeah.
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 But no, my husband already told me again today, girl. He told me that he said, okay, I'm gonna go to church with you on Sunday. That's not okay. You know how I
He's
be.
going
Mhm,
Sunday
okay.
because he
Yep.
sees you going.
Yep.
And
Oh
his
yeah.
faith,
Remember, God said I'm
Jesus.
gonna work on you. God said I'm
Yeah,
gonna work
that's
on you.
right.
So, but
Yeah,
that's
your
what he
faith
said.
is
Look,
in Jesus. He said
we'll
your
see.
faith is in Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your faith is, I hear you. Your faith is in Jesus and not in the marriage.
Correct.
Your faith was in Jesus, not in the marriage. So when Jesus
Nope.
get into that marriage, it's going to be
Yep.
good because your
Yeah.
faith is in Jesus, that Jesus is going to fix
It
his
is in
marriage.
him. And girl,
Yeah.
look, I had got
Right.
to the point where, where it says about following your spouse or not. I
Yeah.
had got to this point where I said, Lord, whatever you take this marriage, it goes. I do not care.
Yeah.
I'm not walking
Yeah.
away from you.
Yeah.
I'm not
From you.
changing my relationship.
Yeah.
I'm going to do my part as a spouse because I'm already married. And God wants me to represent him
That's right.
no matter what I'm going through. So yeah, I think that's the perfect question for if you're married.
And yeah, that's right. That's right.
Now, what do you do with that? I don't know.
What? Yeah, that's left up to you now.
Ask me in 2 to 3 months. No, just playing.
Do like if he said, "Yeah, I lost faith in the word," or no, why you lost faith in the word? The word is always the same. You lost faith in the people that teaches in that building that you're going into. You didn't lose faith in that word.
Yeah,
But,
or look, or your circle. Maybe your circle isn't right. It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot that could be in that. Yeah. And I think when we as spouses work on ourselves, we have to be careful because we're working. We can't say when God's time is with someone else. And I think sometimes we do that. And I remember I kept telling you, I think I was telling you this offline. I was saying I'm in a season of I don't want to disappoint God. Because I didn't want to get to where look at me now. I'm really working on this. And what are you doing over there? And I kept saying I don't want to hurt myself, right, by putting myself in a situation that's not good, right? But at the same time, am I saying it now because now I'm on my track again? You see what I'm saying? So I had to be careful and I had to take it to God and I had to allow God to lead me, to give me peace in where I am right now.
Yeah. And that's me. I'm letting the Lord lead me. Like I be quiet and let the Lord do his work. I'm not trying to do it for him anymore. And I'm not
Yeah.
trying to protect me anymore, because I wake up every morning and say, I'm your responsibility. So if I'm your responsibility, I let you protect me. I'm listening to you. So that was my thing, to protect myself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and now I'm not trying to protect myself. I'm trying my best to live what's pleasing to God, even if I get angry, because we still get those moments. I still go and say, I'm the righteousness of God, Lord. I'm sorry. I repent. I got angry. We're human.
Mm-hmm.
You put us in a human body. We have souls that are our thinkers, and my soul was thinking something that it should not have been thinking.
Right.
So yeah, we still get those moments, but because I'm growing and I'm living in God, living in Jesus, really, and Jesus lives in me, I try to do my best in doing what's pleasing to God.
Right.
That's all I can do. And I try to not open my mouth and say, this is what we need to be doing. This is what we need to be doing. No, God said he got it. You chill out. Let me do it. So that's what I do.
Yeah. Yep.
And whatever. But I also, he said, bring me into remembrance of my word. And I bring him into remembrance of his word.
Gotcha.
So yeah, we're on the same page. I'm doing that as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's
all right,
why
you guys. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's good. I'm good.
Yeah, because I gotta run out. I gotta run out and go to the airport and go pick up a car, girl. And I am exhausted.
And I'm glad that we were able to get on to talk about this today.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Thank you for joining us. You will meet Kim and I back here next Thursday.
Yes.
5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
Again, you can find us on whatever podcast that you listen to. So we will see you guys next week.
WW.
Watch us work. We're out.
Good night.
Good night.